Yo, Yamamo, Aqua Bashronkoso, Eba POG Media, semester, so best subscribe, like it, and share. Nama for friends, and can be kindly click on the notification bell. No, so send a bayam. Yet the news be at a platform, so I want to walk no dear echo and a dear by young and some no sooner, young fat in some dodona, and yet the umbrella. A year, Johnson, a year, a seed won't get and then be about to just a share. A year, Jean.M and East in Crawford, and I was here Pamo Munina. So he was, petition the certain government, and I said John Dramani Mahama said on your day when you almost for no some to do not to draw and the reasons to draw Saint ya yenny a year Jemensa and then call for your day and fan flew on them and somebody or can be pa a day a year instances be brave a day a buyer or chimwa a year anybody more no eja the Juma and your day and bono a year Jemensa and then a powerful. Tokuno asem krani nyanka nwi Jemensa de enso eboboba POG Media yenya bande de bin sem no bede ebeso mo yenko ne konkote Johnson na se dunketia.
Talking about that, you mentioned Parliament. It just reminded me that we still have a Blake Manov that is outstanding.
Yeah.
That must be something that must be on your top list of concerns. That 6 months after the election, we still don't have an elected member of Parliament. Well, what are you doing about it as a chairman?
We are having a wrong election management body in place. And so that is a subject of reset in future.
Resetting the EC?
Sure.
What does that mean?
It means that bringing it back into an institution that is fit for purpose. The way it is existing now, it's not fit for purpose. Because you cannot have, with all the laws that we have, you cannot still be having an election that will go into a stalemate. There is no anticipation of any stalemate in elections in any of our laws, unless people don't want to do their work well. And so it's a clear case of, negligence or inability to perform its functions. So it's a good reason why the Electoral Commission needs to be reset. And that is not the only issue. Remember, 4 years ago, there was the issue of Sȧck. A whole constituency went unrepresented for 4 years. And then, so when this commission, as presently constituted, took over the reins of the Electoral Commission, they have never done an election that is satisfactory. These two major elections, the first one constituency went unrepresented for 4 years, and then their second election is this one. And then with the by-elections, Ayawaso West, Wogon, everything has been removed. So there is overwhelming evidence that this commission is not fit for purpose. And if any serious country will want to maintain this type of electoral commission, then I don't know what the country is about.
So there will be a change at the EC leadership?
There has to be a change.
Jemensa must go?
Yes, I think the three top leadership must all go.
So that will be the chairperson herself and her two deputies.
Yeah.
Jemensa, then Bosman Asari, and I believe you've been working, he's not always in the news.
Tete.
They
must all go. They have mismanaged the commission so badly.
Their positions, though, are positions protected under the Constitution. They're guaranteed tenure.
But the Constitution has given us the path to remove them, and that is what is happening to the Supreme Court. You may be guaranteed, but there is no position under our Constitution. There is no appointee or state functionary who cannot be removed under this Constitution. There's a procedure of removing the president. There's a procedure of removing Speaker of Parliament. That's why there's a procedure for removing Chief Justice. Everybody has a a way of holding them accountable. Because if you make an appointee or a state functionary who is not accountable to anybody, there's no way to hold them to check, then you breed a monster. And so when you look through the Constitution, everybody in the Constitution can be changed. So I'll have issue if they are changed through the wrong means. But if they are changed through the constitutionally stipulated means, democracy is working.
Somebody needs to bring a petition. Will the NDC sponsor one?
I'm expecting you to sponsor one because many of the shortcomings, you've been talking about them here.
I don't have any grievance with them. So I have no reason to.
Anybody, any of the 32 million Ghanaians can bring a petition.
I mean, and very quickly on the subject, I mean, they superintended over a historic win for you. The same commission of Jean.M, Tete, and Bosman Asare. Your victory, never in the history of Ghana have we seen before. This is the same EC that you say should go. That's superintendent over that. Isn't that saying something about their quality and independence?
We put in more effort than necessary. If we had a fairer commission, half of the effort we put in would have delivered the results. But we saw the biased electoral commission as one of the difficulties we must plan to overcome. So we had to, as I declared before the election, that we are going into the election like somebody who has to dine with a devil. If you have to dine with the devil, you must have a long spoon. So that was what we did. So it does not speak to their competence or lack of it. In fact, even after results had been declared, they allowed some kangaroo procedure to reverse results that have been declared in about 5 or 6 constituencies, which is not allowed under any law. You understand? So that speaks a lot to their incompetence and their vulnerability to political manipulations and all that. So we have to do something about it.
Your friends in the MPP have adopted a very interesting approach to their succession plan.
Yes.
They are now going to turn the cap over and climb down from the top of the tree. They're going to elect in their presidential as the candidate on 31st of July before they do the rest of the elections from the ground up. I've heard you say that you sort of analyzed it. I didn't hear you say categorically it's bad or wrong. You sort of analyzed the strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
Having looked back now, had a few days to look at it now, how is that? Because again, you have a stake there because whatever happens to MPP may also be necessarily, be something that you watch. But opponents do that all the time. Watching them do what you're doing, are you worried that this is a part that have got it right and they're going to pose a threat, or you're relaxed that they have it wrong?
You see, you are expecting me to compare what I have seen to what I have not seen yet. Okay. One is a proposal yet to be implemented. All we know is moving from the base to the top. And they now think that we must move from the top to the base. They are yet to put it into practice. So you can only do an analysis, the pros and cons. And but the real judgment will come after they've done the implementation. I have been on record to have repeated this old saying that
yo go so I should you no at my message, so subscribe, like it, and share them for friends so and sanka be your family Johnson as you don't get in some donors are there to ja at so kind some MPP how they will boast and and organize themselves or the Barbary in 2028 elections, or we so or the end Abrabun someone so get a to Hodoma, not just any grand call, Nicocote and someone or the 2 year.
Doing the same thing the same way and expecting different results amounts to insanity. But I also am aware that thinking outside the box does not always deliver better results than what you have. Because if something is not broken, you don't fix it. If you want to blame your defeat on the way or the timing of the election of your flag bearer or the sequence of elections within the party, you must have evidence, solid evidence that that is the cause of the problem you are trying to solve. If you don't have that solid evidence and it is somebody's hunch that perhaps it is because of this that we lost, so let's go and deal with it, you may land in a bigger trouble. So, and we've seen the MPP has begun from the base to the top on several occasions. Some have led them into victory, and in other cases have led them into defeat. How to determine whether it is just that process that is responsible for defeat or failure is a major thing they must consider very well to be able to fix the problem. That this is the problem, so I'm going to solve it. Okay? If you have, toothache and you go and take the medication for diarrhea or something, you are not likely to solve the problem. So I don't think that, I can't say it will help them or it will not help them. But we live to see what the outcomes will be.
Those vying to lead the party, they play their hands already. We've seen them declaring their intention to run. As we speak tonight, there are at least 4 of them who have already said they're going to run. Bawumia, Addo, Brian, Kennedy Japan, many of them are your friends. Does any one of them instill fear in you? Because you are yet to sort of even indicate who is even interested. But at least you have a fair idea who they are. Does any of them worry you as a threat?
Not at all.
Not at all? Not even Bawumia?
No.
Not Brian with all the resources he has? No. Kennedy Japan looks very like you in terms of character and posture.
Each of them have their challenges. So let's wait and let them make their choice first. Before we come in.
You've already analyzed and you are comfortable.
Yes.
You're comfortable.
You take Brian. You know the challenges about Brian. You take Kennedy. You equally know about Kennedy very well. You take Bawumia. We know about Bawumia very well. And we know about Addo very well. I'm not sure that is the exhaustive list. I'm yet to hear about Addo and then the former General Secretary as well, Kwabena Japan. They are likely to join.
Okay. So there you go. That is Johnson Ketia. He says he's a palm wine tapper that he is. You say that as a joke or you actually was a palm wine?
I actually was a palm wine tapper at a certain stage of my life.
Okay. You brewed good palm wine?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, palm wine is tapped, not brewed.
Oh, sorry. Tap, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You tapped it. Good one.
Good one, and carry it to a spot by the roadside, sell it. The place was labeled as Yepim Soba.
Yepim Soba.
Yes.
Which part of the country was this?
Oh, in Thai, near.
Oh yes, that's in Bono.
I was hunting rodents, who prepare, some meat, which you buy, you take and then buy palm wine. And then it's at the roadside where vehicles, Sȧck or Brekum bound vehicles will stop near Tainso, and they will eat. At times, I'll put fruits there, pawpaw, and banana, to entice the drivers who are Muslims.
Oh,
so
I
that
see.
When they stop, they will also get something.
So the palm wine.
Passengers will buy the palm wine and the meat.
Fascinating. You're really a businessman. Thank you very much. Grateful
Welcome, my brother.
that you joined me. The palm wine tapper, national chairman of the NDC. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yo, and you're doing some new ABC. At the message subscribe, like it, but share them for friends. When some can be kindly click on the notification bell. So send a you're the news be at the platform. So I want so Ubuhunu the air call and the event. Some no, you're the BC at the amount. Mr. Jebre, the Jumediano, from my POG Media, you're the more into the Biano Jebre, na Jumediano, from my macramo.